our culture gets in the way of what we see, not just what we think. Well, if we take for granted something as obvious as what we're looking at, then what else do we take for granted when it comes to things like intelligence or how to run a school? What happens is we end up with algorithms of behavior that become invisible to us. Like in schools, for example, some things we take for granted in schools is that the most important thing about children is how old they are. So we educate them all in age groups. We don't do that outside school. We don't keep all the 5-year-olds in a separate building outside schools. We just do it in schools, not because there's some educational purpose, but because it's an organizational habit that we've fallen into. And you know, some kids get held back a whole year because their birthday falls to the wrong side of the deadline. And it has often very big consequences for them. We divide the day into, particularly in high schools, into blocks of time and ring bells. Why? It's got nothing to do with education. It's an organizational device. If you were running a company like that, you'd be in big trouble. I mean, if you had 1,000 people in your business, and every 50 minutes you rang a bell, and everybody had to stop what they were doing and go to some other room completely and do something else with another group of people, and then rinse and repeat 6 times a day, you know, you'd be out of business in a week. But in schools, we do it all the time. Something alienates our kids and is alienating our teachers, and I think it's the lack of human engagement.